video out of it. And just not put music over it like some smart people do.
Wait, are any of you on it yet?
I'm so bad at aerials.
I didn't know you started one.
Notification yet.
Oh, I may not have just opened my first pack.
Oh yeah, no, I just got the notification.
It wasn't a good first pack anyway, so...
Pack?
Okay, I see you go. Oh, okay, that's bad.
Yeah, no.
That's it, or what? At least got the Okabuno, Okabuno.
But what? Who did we get?
Oh, Kieran, you got the badge. Oh, you got a badge. Have you never got anyone good?
Who was it?
It was Jonathan Vieira as well.
Okay, look, this is gonna be a walkout. No, it's not. It's not even a walkout.
Who's the team of the...
It's not even a board. No, he hasn't opened it yet. Oh, Kieran, that's not our best.
Beautiful.
Alright, come on. Go drum roll. I'll walk out, obviously. It's a new season.
Fucking single game. Please don't miss tradable.
Oh. I thought it was doing an
Goes for about 50k. I could use him in an SBC though, so...
Yeah, you can. Actually, let me come try and do my Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Wait, are you sure you won't get it? You might get packed.
Yeah, I won't get it. I never watched the stream on that.
Yeah, no, but you still might get it. Because
Imagine.
they didn't give it in the stream, so... Why didn't you watch it? I'm joking.
It was like 4 hours. Man's have the time for that.
You know, you could have just watched the final, right?
Oh, well, I never knew that.
And how would they know? Because my email address for my EA is different to my Twitch.
No, because Twitch Prime, you have to accept the pack. Then.
No, it wasn't
Fantastic
Twitch Prime.
pack there.
Thanks.
Yeah.
He doesn't even fit into my team.
And at 92, what?
The only thing you can use him for is SBC.
Unless he makes an Italian team. That's
Okay.
actually really a bad team. Just think about it. Bonucci, Chiellini, or Remla.
Insigne. You wouldn't need Donnarumma if you had Sirigu.
A backup. I just need the backup keeper.
Not that.
Oh.
Yeah, I can just use my second team though, can't I?
Is your second team Italian or Serie A? Actually, no, you could also put on the Serie A team. Even if it's not in Serie A, just put Bonucci and Chiellini there. Him his links and turn it into Serie A. Between Serie A.
Yeah, they
So
are.
we can have Ronaldo, Dybala,
Okay, no, he won't
Yeah,
get
but
Ronaldo.
he isn't
come
a
on.
Syria.
Okay, and some brings in my transfer. Oh, that's my player sold.
I thought you were naming Juventus players.
Because they're like the best players.
Yeah, there's Insigne, there's Icardi.
I don't know who.
Cheated on his best friend. Pretty much. Because he slept with his best friend's wife.
John Terry? I know who John Terry is.
No, Mara Cardi did the same thing as him.
Oh, then he gets his, oh no, I know Icardi, I thought you said good Cardi. He's a striker at this one to Milan.
Yeah.
And then he gets his like stepkids tattooed on him.
Yeah.
Or not on, Didn't he get his face
Yeah.
tattooed with his stepkid?
No, no, he's got his stepkid names on his body.
Why?
Basically, so there's this guy, it's like Maxi Lopez, yeah. He went out with this girl, and like Maricardi and Maxi Lopez were best friends. And then apparently, yeah, Maxi Lopez's wife started moving to Icardi, yeah. And then Maxi and his wife broke up, like divorced, yeah. And then Maricardi got his Maxi Lopez's kids' names tattooed on him. Damn, if someone did that, I would actually smack him.
I'll do what the guy did to the guy molesting his child. Would you be mad at your wife or a Cardi or both?
Both.
Saying I want to smack my wife, but I would have been able to.
It's a fault, you say? I mean, it's the end of FIFA, so I might as well just build another team. Did you get your team of season pack?
No.
Oh. Sad. Maybe
I never did it.
maybe. Wait, did you actually link your account in that though?
I never really had to link your account because just show you the categories.
Oh no, you go on. Were you on EA's Twitter?
No.
Oh, that's how you did it. It wasn't a Twitch Prime thing. You just linked your Twitch account. I really wanted a Premier League team this season.
And you can't do the challenges like team of the season players minimum 1, team overall rating 86, team chemistry 30, players in squad 11.
Yeah, but whose is that?
Team of the season upgrade.
Only but I'm trading in 94, you said.
I'm also gonna do that.
Mm. trying to see how much Zlatan, Cristiano Ronaldo's normal card is. It's only like 500k. No, it is.
I know, I say sure you can check it.
How much is this Quagliarella? This card looks sick. Only 100k. It's not even bad for a 96 rated. But I might go with this Christoph Plot. Yep. And then right wing. 92 Carnival Dybala. How much is he? About 100k, it's not bad. 86 Depaul. Oh, that 86 Depaul car looks quite nice. Milinkovic Savage, I might go with. Fitty's nominee. No, I already have him alone. I can't check his price. Rice, baby. Oh, his 92 team of the season's like 50k. Oh, you done now.
Wait.
Okay, so Ajmal, are you still on my stream?
No.
What do you think about my team? Yeah. That I want to build.
Concept team.
Yeah.
So am I? I'm just gonna sell all of your normal players and then build that team.
Maybe.
It's okay.
I can literally sell about 4 players from my team and that's it. I can sell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can sell 6 players. Wait, how much does Neymar go for?
I might put Pulisic in here just because, like, I already have David Villa for a super sub. So they are smart. I'm gonna do it.
I was meant to type in Neymar, but because you were talking about Poulsen, I typed in Poulsen.
He's even tradable.
Jeez, Neymar's only like 80k. There's a Neymar up for 90k, but yeah, 80k. I might just like, from my coins I get from my division rivals and that, I might just start building that team.
You only have a month.
True. Is there only me and you in the party? I know Seb and Tyler are in game chat.
No, I'm one rating off. I'm one rating off.
Hey, what do you have a draft for?
Afternoon. And finally, number one, sorry to throw you off the really recent one. It was only a couple months ago that this story broke out and people figured out about it. But there was 13 children in this household in between the ages of 2 and 29. And the parents there literally just were like malnourishing these kids. So all of them were malnourished. A lot of them had like problems psychologically and things like that. And the kids oftentimes were shackled to the beds. Plenty of child endangerment, torture, and just all around a terrible situation right here. And obviously the parents got arrested and they deserve to go away forever.
Social media posts show one big happy family, 13 kids with their parents on vacation, often dressed in matching outfits. But investigators say no one could have pictured what was happening inside their Paris home. Early Sunday, a 17-year-old girl escaped from the home and called 911, saying her 12 brothers and sisters were being held captive, some bound to their beds with chains and padlocks. Neighbors are now trying to figure out how they missed the signs. They say the family had lived here for about 3 years, didn't come out much. This fall, the parents and a few of the kids were seen doing yard work.
Nonchalant, looked like they were having fun, like a regular family, just helping people, like kind of little assembly line together, just grabbing things, and it seemed like they were having fun.
Neighbors say the kids were pale and shy, but didn't seem to be in poor health. But investigators say all of the children were dirty and malnourished. At first, they didn't even realize the 7 oldest were adults between the ages of 18 and 29.
Those are the clips that I have for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like on this video. If we can break 10,000 likes, that'd be insane.
Pre-season is the time to have a look and get excited about teenage prospects ripping it up against a bunch of postmen from Southeast Asia before they themselves end up slipping into obscurity and ending up working down the bank within 5 years. Let's take a look at why youngsters have been impressing in pre-season for your Premier League side this summer. Arsenal, Eddie Nketiah. When Eddie Nketiah sees Arsenal chuck 70 million quid at yet another forward, he probably feels like jamming his head in the car door. The 20-year-old forward, chewed up and spat out by the Chelsea youth system, is a frightening talent and has been ripping it up in pre-season, netting the winner against Bayern Munich and 2 against Fiorentina. Then again, maybe don't get too excited. I remember Yaya Sanogo scoring 4 in a pre-season game against Benfica once. Nowadays, he's probably unclogging toilets at the goddamn airport. Aston Villa, Callum O'Hare. Well, Villa have had a pretty perfect pre-season, winning all 6 games. I mean, this could all mean nothing and they could feasibly finish bottom, with Wesley scoring less than 5 goals and Grealish putting Brill Cream out of business by October. But anyway, Callum O'Hare is a 21-year-old attacking midfielder and has impressed in the minutes he's had on the pitch. Bournemouth, Gavin Kilkenny. Okay, I'm going to hold my hands up. I have not sat down to watch one single minute of a Bournemouth pre-season game this season, alright? I was too busy getting the skin burnt off my shoulders. I now look like a peeled peanut. Why do you think I'm not doing a face cam today? But from what I can see, the likes of Sam Sturridge has bagged a goal. Even Dominic Solanke has actually found the back of the net twice. So you know hell is in serious danger of freezing over. But no, I'm going to go for Gavin Kilkenny. Of course, he's Irish. Playing the number 10 role, the 19-year-old midfielder played 90 minutes in a 3-0 win over Lyon and even scored a goal. Now please, for the love of God, turn out better than Keith Andrews. Brighton, Stephen Alzate. I'll be honest, I've never heard of Stephen Alzate. The lad sounds more like a pizza topping than he does professional football, but anyway, he's a 20-year-old English attacking midfielder and lit up the first pre-season game for Brighton in the 5-2 win at FC Leverkusen. He's coming back off a season on loan to Swindon Town. He's looking pretty very good, which means he'll no doubt play about 10 minutes in the League Cup this season and spend the rest of the year crying into his Weetabix. Burnley, Dwight McNeil. Good news for Burnley, they're on fire in pre-season with the likes of Chris Wood and Jay Rodriguez scoring 14 goals between them. Accrington Stanley were dispatched 8-0, which I guess is a bit like beating your dog at chess, while Patrick...
Was it? Basically, if I get rank 1 this week, yeah, that means I'll be on about 60k, which is about 3 of those players.
Here I watched his Nice side concede 6 at Turf Moor, a game which no doubt scared Alan Saint-Maximin all the way to Newcastle. Anyway, as always, Dwight McNeil has been pulling strings, running the show, but sure, that was to be expected, wasn't it? Chelsea, Mason Mount. The likes of Mason Mount is probably thanking the Lord that Chelsea have finally been slapped with a transfer ban. No longer is the club able to go another 9 months consistently ignoring the youth, chucking them in a cupboard under the stairs in favour of spending another £30 million on the likes of Danny goddamn Drinkwater. This is Mount's chance and he's taken it. He opened the scoring against St. Pat's in Dublin, back 2 in a 4-3 win over Reading, and altogether has looked pretty comfortable in the Chelsea midfield. By the way, I know he's not exactly a kid anymore, but shout out to Ross Barkley. The lad has scored in each of his last 4 pre-season games. He could have a big season, which is why I've stuck him in my fantasy league team. But then again, I am borderline insane, as we all know. Crystal Palace, the tea lady. I'm sorry, lads, have you seen Crystal Palace's pre-season? It is horrendous. You could stick a team of baby elephants on the pitch, feed them a gallon of Calpol each, and they'd probably put up a better fight than some of these Palace youngsters. I know it's only pre-season, where most players are still stinking of steak and sambuca from the west coast of Mars, and no doubt have beer bellies dragging down to their ankles, but still, Palace have lost 5 pre-season games against the likes of Young Boys, Barnet, Nottingham Forest, Bromley, and Hertha Berlin. 6-2 to Barnet, 4-0 at home to Hertha. Christ above, lads. If this was an audition tape, you effectively projected verbal diarrhea all over the goddamn stage. So yeah, plans for Palace this summer? I don't know, I'm sure the tea lady made some nice scones. Those poor women have probably been working like a Chinese sweatshop with Big Sam was in charge. Everton, Lewis Gibson. Everton's pre-season looks insanely dull. Out of 7 games, they've scored 3 and kept 4 clean sheets. Clearly Marco Silva has finally mastered the art of a solid defence. No doubt threatening to staple their ears to a goddamn barbecue if they ever dare to concede a goal. Anyway, former Newcastle defender Lewis Gibson has really excelled at the art of the defence, looking calm and composed at just 19 years of age. When I was 19 years of age, I was sticking it in her ear. Leicester City, James Justin. Let's be honest, this man is not going to play for Leicester this season, alright? He is just not. But anyway, he's a teenage full-back in England under-19 international and played well at 18 years of age. When I was 19 years of age, I was sticking it in her ear. Leicester City, James Justin. Let's be honest, this man is not going to play for Leicester this season, alright? He is just not. But anyway, he's a teenage full-back in England under-19 international and played well in games against Charlton, Scunthorpe and Rotherham. Liverpool, Ryan Brewster. Remember the name Ryan Brewster. Yeah, he might be just a kid and is too young to remember what Sabrina the Teenage Witch ever was, but the lad is already a World Cup winner. While I sit in my own sweat and feces day in day out, wishing toilet paper wasn't so goddamn expensive. This is a red-hot talent who took a year out of the game through injury, but is being bred as the next Daniel Sturridge, i.e. a clinical striker, just hopefully minus the cartilage made of melted yogurt. He scored 2 in a 6-0 win at Tranmere in early July, another one against Bradford City 3 days later, before netting a penalty at Anfield in a 3-2 defeat to Borussia Dortmund. Man City, Lucas Mecha. Okay, well he's gone now. I mean, being chucked out the door to Wolfsburg on loan, and there's a good chance we'll never see him in a Man City shirt again, but hey, at least he had a decent pre-season. Nemecha is a 20-year-old German striker coming back from an unproductive loan spell at Preston and actually looked alright for City this month, scoring a penalty against West Ham and another against Yokohama Marinos. Then again, he did miss a penalty against Wolves and cost his club the Asian Cup, so maybe that's why Guardiola has effectively sentenced his Man City career to a quick and early death. Man United, Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood is the next Marcus Rashford, isn't he? I.e. basically he'll have the weight of the club forced upon his shoulders before he's even at 21. Anyway, the 17-year-old born... Christ above, born 2 years before Ronaldo signed for the club, netted in a 4-0 win over Leeds, then scored the only goal against Inter Milan. This could be his year, and hopefully he passes his goddamn GCSEs. Newcastle, Maddie Longstaff. Mrs. Longstaff must be so proud. She has spawned 2 freckle-faced youngsters who have grown up to play for Steve Bruce. Her lady parts deserve a knighthood. While Sean might be rated as £50 million by people who no doubt spend their days shoving crayons up their nose, Maddie is his younger brother, is quietly going under the radar, desperately hoping nobody mistakes him for Jack Colback in the street. If did, he no doubt eventually was chucked at his car. He's looked good in spells in pre-season and battered in a 25-yard pile driver in off the crossbar at home against Saint Etienne, in a game where Matthew Debussy also scored. A lad he'd have been cheering on from the stands as a 13-year-old kid. Norwich City, Todd Cantwell. All hail Todd Cantwell, Norwich City's new Lord and Saviour. The 21-year-old midfielder playing the number 14 shirt has been a revelation in pre-season, putting in a stellar 45 minutes against Atalanta. He scored in that game, ran the show against Toulouse. The next James Madison, Sheffield United, Keane Bryan. Yeah, I've never heard of this lad, but hey, imagine beginning your career at Man City in 2008, coinciding with the takeover, the arrival of Robinho, the most exciting time in history of the club, and 10 years later, nobody even remembers your goddamn name. Keane Bryan was finally spat out to Sheffield United last year, after someone at the Etihad remembered he was alive and an actual employee, not just some lad off the street arriving at the canteen every day for lunch. Anyway, Bryan is a 22-year-old midfielder slash defender, has played a couple of pre-season games, notably in a 5-0 with Chesterfield, and has looked quite decent. Southampton, Jake Vokins. What do you mean, who the hell is this guy? How dare you show such disrespect to the name Jake Vokins, future Ballon d'Or winner? The lad is a 19-year-old defender, scored in a 3-1 win against Preston, and kept a clean sheet in a 4-0 win at Guangzhou Evergrande, and kept his place for a 3-1 win at Feyenoord. Tottenham, Troy Parrott. Troy Parrott, you future Robbie Keane. A red-hot goal scorer at underage level. This fella was 4 months old the last time we were at a World Cup. 4 months old. He was hardly downing pints when Keane was banging that in against Germany now, was he? Well, pints of milk maybe. But anyway, yes, I am pitting all my hopes for my country on this 17-year-old striker, and you can't stop me. In pre-season, he started against Juventus, nearly scored against Gianluigi Buffon, a man who was the world's most expensive goalkeeper when he was just nestling in his dad's nutsack. He started against Man United as well, and looked lively. Come on, Parrott. Please live up to the billing. Watford at Messina. Okay, he's not exactly a youngster. At 25, the fullback's practically the latest, but hey, Andy Garcia hasn't exactly been chucking out kids onto the pitch in pre-season, right? Instead, leaving them all to run and down stairs. Messina played in a 1-0 win at QPR, and altogether looked ready to push Jose Halavas for a starting place. West Ham, Josh Cullen. Here we have a budding Irish underage international, born in England, and no doubt using our national side as a goddamn set of training wheels. I can already taste the future betrayal in my mouth. Honest to God, it tastes like wet sand. Cullen is a 23-year-old former Charlton midfielder who's featured in 3 pre-season games, showing glimpses of his ability in all the matches. I swear to God, if this kid ends up being the future Texas, Wolves Ruben Vinegar. DG might be banging on about salt and pepe, terrible hashtag by the way, but Wolves have the Vinegar. He's a 20-year-old left-sided wing-back and has had a stunning pre-season, scoring the winning penalty against Man City, and even heading in the Europa League qualifier. Good on him.
There's been a bit of practice gone into this corner.
If the referee never blocked that pass, they would have scored. Literally. It's a goddamn game here!
Really dumbfounded the defender there. Roberto Firmino. Jorginho Wijnaldum.
Yeah, she was going to be that man of the match. The referee,
there is absolutely no time to rest because the crosses will keep coming.
No, it's Barcelona.
You won't believe in this episode. Are you working on FIFA? An amazing
Yeah, against Chelsea. 2009 Champions League semi-final. Because what was it? There was like, was it PK handballed it like clearly, and the goalie went, no, not the goalie, the referee went play on.
Are you just like me in love with the coolest football shirts and want to get them with the highest quality for the best price possible? Wait no longer. Go to the website soccerdealshop.cn.
I've just realised I'm losing to this team.
50% off your offer. Finally, we can see Benedetto in a European league because he is leaving Boca Juniors for £17.5 million, becoming the replacement of Mario Balotelli and Olympique Marseille. Benedetto, 2 years ago in FIFA 18, picked up an incredible team of the season card. Together with Tagliafico, you had amazing players from the Argentinian league. Last season, Benedetto was a little bit disappointing. He was not always starting. He was swapped with another striker that was more physical than him. And now with Olympique Marseille, he's going for his first adventure abroad. So I wish him all the best of luck. And the car with the
Yes, crowd.
looks very promising for a starting team.
But why is Peter Crouch my captain?
It is really unbelievable. This transfer window, Philippe Coutinho is in negotiations with Arsenal. Who could have predicted that? United, Liverpool, major teams were linked with Coutinho, but now also Arsenal is joining the race. Arsenal spent all their budget
I'm back.
on Pepe, so that means they need a loan deal. Barcelona wants to cooperate, but they want to gain over £20 million.
I'm gonna watch the movie looking for video.
They loan them out, and that is quite logical because every year the price of Coutinho will go down because he's nearing the 30s into
never got in the way of my task. That's so annoying.
At least any a division rival.
Put him out in the pool and drop it down below. PSV Eindhoven started the season off in a horrible fashion. They got knocked out in the qualification rounds of the
Say anything
Champions
about the
League. They
video.
started away from home against FC Twente,
It's not
a
me
good
watching it.
promoted side, and a 1-1
Oh.
draw in the Dutch Eredivisie. Big players are liquid and move away. Herving Chicky Lozano will probably go to Napoli, and Steven
Did you say
Bergwijn
Chicken
has the
Lozano?
opportunity to go
Having Chucky Lozano.
It's a chicken lasagna.
Chicken lasagna.
That sounds like some. That actually sounds nice. Chicken lasagna.
Chicken
Sounds like
lasagna.
a Spanish meal.
No, lasagna. I think chicken lasagna. I thought that's what you said.
Yeah, no, but chicken lasagna sounds quite nice.
Chicken lasagna is
Oh, I do. Huh? Yes. Someone mentioned Liverpool in the FIFA video.
2 years
No, this guy called Martin Flattery. This person I don't know called Kamana.
Kamani. Come on, he's good at against Barcelona.
Armani, that's a shot.
No, you know the person who in the previous video linked to Liverpool, 40% called Kamani.
Kamano. And it's Kamano from Bordeaux.
Is he young?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, but I don't know if he wants to leave. And you already just signed another wing. Actually, he's a winger, to be fair. Yeah, but do you know how much wings you have? And you lot probably won't even use him.
Yeah, we won't use him until he grows up.
Exactly, so why don't you buy him when he grows up?
Because then it'll be worth more.
Yeah, so you would only just sell him. No, but you might waste his career just selling him out on loans. Because if you send him out on loan, yeah, he just won't do as well. And at Celtic, he actually gets playing time.
Yeah, you just put him on loans and that's just statistics that you do well. There's a chance I could be even better.
Not really.
Because they're a bigger team.
Exactly, so why would we go to Liverpool? I'm joking.
How many Champions Leagues have you won?
How many Premier Leagues have you won?
Champions League for harder.
2017.
Exactly.
What major trophy did he win in 2017?
Europa League.
No, major.
Exactly.
That's major. Nah.
That's an international trophy.
No, that's Europa League is like the worst version of the Champions League.
So it's still an international trophy.
No.
It's still important.
Major trophy.
Exactly.
I don't care. If Liverpool won the Europa League, I wouldn't care.
Exactly, because they can't.
Exactly, because they always come in the top 3.
And they don't.
I did that.
It's actually top 4, by the way. So.
I know, but they always come in the top 4. No, but they always do come in the top 3.
Their player also slipped to win the league.
How long ago was that?
2013.
Your team slipped to come just 1 point over Wolves.
Yeah, we beat Wolves in the Prem.
And you still lost to them 1 point.
No, we didn't, because we're higher than them.
I know, I was going to say, I used to beat them only by 1 point.
Yeah, that's it.
We beat Wolves, but what about Cardiff? What about Huddersfield?
Yeah, point is.
How are they doing?
That's our goalie. I know, I don't manage them. I don't know how well they're doing.
The start of the season was like the best goalkeeper.
Exactly. Start of the season.
Exactly.
look at the star of the Deportivo.
Oh my days, Marvellous Nakamba's moved to Arsenal. No, not Arsenal, Aston Villa.
Ghost stats. Junior
Nakamba, the Zimbabwe guy.
Yeah.
Yes, Nakamba! He's gonna be in Premier League!
He's like the only Zimbabwe player I know.
That makes sense.
Not in 10 years, because they know me.
Yeah, sure.
No, probably the Zimbabwe national team is trash. That's probably going on right now.
At least it's not as bad as Liberia's. Literally, their president goes and plays with them.
Not as bad as India's or Sri Lanka's.
Yeah, George Weah is the president of Liberia. And he plays. Yeah, but he's like 60. But he's about 50. But... No, he doesn't play for their national team, he goes training and that.
How are we letting him do that then? How are we letting him do that then?
What do you mean?
He had to push him. I played for like 20 meters and he came back and he somehow dropped to the ring.
I don't think that's a good idea for the club. Not only PSV Eindhoven can lose a lot of players at the end of the transfer window, also Ajax is linked with a lot of players leaving. We have Lasse
I also do that.
for £2 million. Then we have Donny van de Beek, who is going to Real Madrid for 99% sure for £50 million. And also David Neres, who is always certain of a starting position, is linked with a move to Manchester United.
I'm pretty sure Barcelona's Liverpool's parent club.
Barcelona's what?
Liverpool's parent club. Like they give them their players.
Oh yeah,
It's like with Liverpool and Southampton.
Yeah.
Getting his sponsor this week. He is moving to Tottenham Hotspur as the new left back of the future. They have. So one of those will be sold and be replaced by Ryan Sessegnon. He can play as a left back.